Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you guys how to use the three constraints, which is the horizontal constraint, the vertical constraint, and the perpendicular constraint. So let's get into the video without further ado. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to create my sketch because you can't use constraints unless you're actually in sketch mode. I think I forgot to mention that in my previous two videos, but I'm mentioning it now. I'm sorry. But remember, you cannot use constraints unless you are actually in a sketch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my top plane, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to click on new sketch. So this is a new way of creating a sketch as well. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and click to view normal sketch plane. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create lines because the horizontal constraint and the vertical constraint as well as the perpendicular constraint are specifically related to lines, right? So I'm going to make the wonkiest lines in the wonkiest way possible, just like that, and then, the glory, there, okay. So I'm going to use these two to demonstrate how to make them horizontal and vertical, and this line of how to make it perpendicular, how to make two lines perpendicular. Okay, so to start off with the horizontal constraint, oops, I'm sorry guys. So how that works is we're first going to come to our constraints bar button, and we're going to click on the horizontal constraint. I want to make this line horizontal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it while I'm in horizontal constraint, and it'll make it horizontal. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty much the same for vertical. So when I go to vertical constraint, you're going to click on the vertical constraint. While you're in vertical constraint, you're going to click on the line, and voila, it's vertical. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this line over because I need space for my perpendicular constraint. And since this line doesn't have any constraints, I can just move it around. So same with the horizontal constraint line. When it's blue, when it's completely blue, that means it has no constraints. So it's not constrained to anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull this origin, this point of this angle to the origin so it can be a little bit more clear. And I'm going to move this line up like that. Okay, so that you guys can see it better. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to my constraints bar again, and I want to make these two perpendicular, which means that they intersect at a right angle. So this is our intersection point, right? They're intersecting, they're cutting each other, which is the opposite of parallel actually. If you guys haven't watched my parallel constraint videos, I suggest you watch it to see what parallel is. But the perpendicular line makes sure that these lines intersect at a right angle. Right angle is actually quite powerful, especially in triangles with ratios and all of that, but I guess I'll save that for another video. But anyways, to show you guys how to use the perpendicular constraint, I'm going to come to my constraints bar, and I'm going to choose my perpendicular constraint. When I choose my perpendicular constraint, I'm going to choose these two lines, any two lines that I want to make perpendicular. So if I want to make this line and this line perpendicular, voila, it makes it perpendicular. So if you guys don't believe that it's actually perpendicular, then I'm going to show you with my dimension tool. So I'm going to click. So this is how you actually measure an angle in Onshape, cool fact. So I'm going to select my first line and my second line to see, and voila, it's 90 degrees. But I also want to show you guys something pretty interesting. I don't know about the students who haven't taken geometry who are watching this video, but for the students who, I don't know, yeah, but the students who have taken geometry, I want you guys to notice how the angle differs from 90 degrees to 270 degrees. That's because Onshape gives you the option to measure internal angles. So the measure that is inside the perpendicular lines is called your perpendicular, is called an inner measure, like it's called the internal angle. But when you move out, you can also measure it, and it'll be 270 degrees. So the inner angle, 360 minus the inner angle will give you the external angle. So because it forms an entire circle, if you guys can see it. So yeah, a little bit of geometry there. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys like the video, please do share and support me. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this in my previous video, but I really would appreciate it if you guys could leave me some pieces of feedback for my channel so I can make it better. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos. And yeah, bye. Thank you.